So the earliest memory I have of creating art is when I was 8 years old. I had bronchitis, and so I was stuck in bed for weeks. And so my mom bought me a whole bunch of drawing supplies so that I would have something to do while I was laying there. And that's really why I started to draw. I think the part of the series I'm most proud of is a chapter in the third book, which hasn't come out yet, that has Timmy talking to his arch rival, Karina, for the first time. And they're both lost in the woods together. And I think he realizes for the first time that they have more in common than he realized. And there was something about it I liked. It was funny, but it was sort of touching too, in a way. So I think of all the chapters that I've written in the 3 books, that's my favorite. I think the perfect reader for my book would probably be somebody that is like I was when I was 8 or 9 or 10, which is very easily distracted, very easily bored. So I like to laugh and I like things to move quickly. Not a lot of big words and unnecessary description. I just like things to be simple and direct and funny. So when I write, that's sort of who I write for. I write to not bore the 9-year-old me. I think the best piece of advice I was ever given was from Scott Adams, who does the comic strip Dilbert. And I asked him how it was that when he wrote, he was so funny. And he said, when I write, I just write for my brother. I write as though I'm only going to show it to that one person. And there's something about that direct connection, if you can keep it in your mind when you write, that makes you funnier, because you can actually see that one person reading it. And so you really try to make them laugh, as opposed to sitting down and trying to make a whole big audience that you can't see laugh. That's much less direct. So if you keep one person in mind, it really works. So in my case, I think of my son or daughter reading it, because when I'm done with the book, they both literally read it in front of me. So I'm conscious of trying to make them laugh. And so, yeah, that was great. That was great advice. I think one of the most memorable responses I had to Timmy was at a book signing in Northern California. In the book, just by way of background, Timmy is obsessed with greatness. So that's his motto, and he writes it on everything he can. And a little kid came in with a shirt he had made himself that said greatness, and it had an arrow pointing up to himself. And it really made me laugh. And in fact, I liked it so much, I took a picture of it, and the publisher ended up making shirts just like that they give out. But I thought it was just clever and funny, and it was cool to see. For summer vacation, I always love to go someplace new. I like to travel all over the country and just explore places that I've never been to before, particularly places with beaches. I like warm weather, laying on the beach. I tend to read a lot. It's a chance for me to finally just have a day that's not packed with having to do sort of creative stuff, which is fun, but it's nice to have a break from that. So that's what I like to do.